25 Most Disgusting Things People Did, according to Reddit. Number 25. After I had kids, my parents liked to criticize me for not being a germophobic mom. I've always been pretty relaxed about germs, and while I kept things pretty clean, I was never overly paranoid about constant hand washing, antibiotic soaps, antibacterial soaps, sterilizing things, etc. If I dropped a pacifier, for example, I would just rinse it off instead of washing and scrubbing and boiling it. My kids are all very healthy, and I like to think it's partly because their immune system have plenty of practice. Thank you, Ernie96. You know, I appreciate that. And you. My kids are all very healthy, and I like to think it's partly because of their immune system having plenty of practice. Anyway, one day we were all in the hospital visiting my grandmother. It was me, my parents, and my 3 kids. We had traveled hours together to visit, tensions were high, and my dad said something about how filthy most hospitals are. I still have no idea why I did what I did next. I guess I was fed up with everything. I looked my dad in the eye, licked the palm of my hand, knelt down, rubbed my hand around on the hospital floor for a few seconds, and then licked my hand again. The expression of shock on their faces, it was a truly disgusting and immature thing to do. Oh my god. I Could Eat the Moon asks, I'm not very familiar with Twitch. Is there an equivalent to liking a video? You know, a question even I don't have the answer for. Twitch, what a dragon we're gonna have to tame. All over again. Well, it should be fun at the very least. As we continue up this list, we arrive at number 24. This is a story I quit telling a while ago. I will try to keep it short. I didn't go home during Thanksgiving break my freshman year of college. My buddy's parents were out of town, so he and his brother threw a 4-day rager. One night I made... Oh. Shut up. One day... You've lost your place. Or one night, I made pizza and proceeded to eat 7 of the 8 slices. I was sitting at a table with about... Did Hannah just say my name was Chalet? Oh my god, her phone doesn't even know how to spell my name? Man... Looks like Kyle's on the market, guys. I'm kidding. One night, I made a pizza and proceeded to eat 7 or 8 slices. I was sitting at a table with about 6 stoned teens, and I needed to use the bathroom but still wanted the last slice. So I spit on it. I get back from the bathroom and everyone at the table was grossed out by how I protected my last slice. I said, "Oh yeah?" I then sent the final slice around the table and had... You! And I had everyone spit on it? The last contributor was a big smoker and hawked a big yellow loogie to top it off. I then ate the slice. One girl was so disgusted, she had to leave the party. Not a story I tell much anymore. Oh my god. Someone named Lady France says, I spit in a guy's mouth once because he asked nicely. At work, to be fair, we had kissed before and after this point it was no different. It was a nice, snotty, sinewy one too. Okay. You know... We're only 2 in on this list, and this list reads like like an old school Reddit list. I really need to adjust this mic. if you'll all afford me a moment. Forgive me, it may be time for me to install the other microphone stand that I honestly have yet to unbox. I am the worst, but I kind of wanted to beat the brakes off this one first. You know how it is. Number 23. A guy at work dipped and spit into a Starbucks cup that still had the lid on it. At one point during our programming session, I reached over and took a swig, thinking it was my coffee. There are 3 entries so far. There are 3 entries so far, and all of them have involved some sort of licking or spitting or, come on. Come the hell on. I'm done. Sinewy? Number 22. The short version is that I was severely constipated and had diarrhea behind the hard stool. Once my bowels were evacuated and I wiped, I lost balance on my weakened legs and caught myself plowing my hand right into bowl of a rundown gas, or right into the bowl of a rundown gas station toilet. I'm gonna be traumatized by the end of this, huh? Don't eat MREs for a week while... Oh boy. While camping, then cook and eat fish from a questionable creek on the last day. I had to trim all my fingernails to the meat to get shit smell off my fingers. I'm just glad, come on. The imagery, let's continue up this list of 25 most disgusting things that people did. Because it can't get any worse, right? My lord. Now, Number 21. Once, after a drunken night of sex, I went to the bathroom in the morning, looked in the mirror, and saw a red face covered in blood. Ooh, she had it going on down there. I bet she tasted extra metallic when you went down there, didn't she? I was so hammered I couldn't tell you. I want to know what the stream has had going on in that department. Someone in this stream tell me of a bloody encounter. And then we'll see who brings it. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if I should make that Windows text a little bit bigger. Is that good? Or is it too big now? I think it was good before. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, number 20. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Eating... Look, we don't need him to ruin this list. I can tell you that right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go back down to number 26 and have that replace the guy referencing the list itself. Number 26, as a drunken student trying to appear wacky, I knelt down on the pavement just outside the pub and licked some vomit we'd just found. Okay. Lord, I ask you for your guidance and forgiveness as I embark on what's what's ahead of me on this list here. You know, YouTube's already struck me, you know, so got nothing to worry about there. But I don't need the same thing to happen here, because somebody passes out and now it's my fault, you know? As we continue. Number 19. I ate toilet paper off a road. I was keen on dares and doing stupid stuff to get attention when I was 15. So that is 3 disgusting licky lick saliva spit stories. And then 2, I'ma get down on the floor and lick something or eat it up off the ground in public. Oh my god. Looks like Fat Man's joined the party. He says, "Hey Kyle, go ahead and hit that heart button, because I guess that's how you follow here." And then I think there's another way that you can get notifications. It's probably some sort of bell. But I'll be doing the same thing that I do with, you know, scheduling the stream, like I did earlier today. And hopefully that works the hell on out. Yeah. Rhea says, "How is that not spam? Or is spam more fatty?" Are you guys talking about actual spam? Someone says, "Nah, Dia. Dia's here." Dia says, "Hello, Linda. What do you mean prelude?" Wow, Rhea Radical is now following. How sexual is that? I'm gonna take my time. As we continue up to number 18. Wow. Iron EA Beast is here. Thank you. I appreciate you. Let's continue. Number 18. When I was in the army, my unit left for a few weeks for some training. When we returned, we saw a wasp's nest up by our company base. So naturally we knocked it down, threw it in the grass behind the building. Next day after PT, we find the nest in the grass has a bunch of dew from the night before on it and no wasps. Because we're a bunch of stupid grunts, it immediately becomes a bitter war to get one of our guys, Hughes, to eat it. Which eventually he agrees to for the price of $40. He pops it in his mouth, chews for maybe a minute, then pops up a few larvae still inside and immediately throws it back up right into my hand. Without missing a beat, I hear my squad shout out to him, "Now you eat it! Assert your dominance over him! Men, no!" And that's how I earned $40. A half-drunk Dr. Pepper and dominance over my entire company, who watched me eat the half-chewed and vomited wasp's nest. It's also how I can guarantee my fiance won't kiss me for a few hours because she hates that story. Grunts are stupid. It's in our nature to do stupid things. You mean men are stupid. And the only way to get men stupider is to get a whole bunch of men together. Stupider is as stupider does. Holy crap. Why is Dia saying she's sorry to hear something from Prelude? What is Prelude on about? Prelude says, I cough so much I throw up. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can find the right medication to sort your ass out, man. Bing bong. Now that's what I'm talking about. Bing bong. Rolling up this list. We arrive where? At number 17. Should probably use a throwaway, but fuck it. I dip, and usually I have a styrofoam cup filled with a paper towel to spit into, and one filled with water to drink from. Now you may think you know where this is going, but stick with me. Okay. I keep the 2 cups on opposite sides of my desk, and one day I got to doing what guys normally do, a la masturbation. When I finished, I figured it would be easy to just put my remnants into the dip cup, which I didn't plan to use anymore, and was going to promptly throw away. Before I had the chance, though, I started playing Rocket League. Mid-Rocket League game, I went to take a drink of water, instinctively swallowed, and came to the all-too-sudden and dark realization that I had just swallowed a mouthful of skeet and dip spit. Mouth full of skeet and dip spit. Skeety dip spit. Mouth full of skeet and dip spit. dip, spit. Mouth full of skeet. Skeety, dip, spit. From now on, my thumbnails are going to be inside jokes from the stream. So far we have Unfuckable Whore and Skeety Dip Spit. Skeety Dip Spit. That's one too many E's for Skeety Dip Spit. Take one of those E's out. There we go. Ew. Okay. I vomited on my floor almost immediately and spent the next hour in the bathroom trying to cleanse myself of my past. That is by far the most disgusting thing I've ever done. Aside from the beer bonging, or the beer bonging, a beer that I threw up. By the way, Scotty, if you see this, don't think less of me, friend. Oh my god. But will Scotty think less of him? Scotty too hottie. Number 16. My friend got some chest tattoos in some guy's living room when he was 15 and got tired of them within a couple of years. He calls me up one day and tells me he needs my help at his house. I drove over there to see what he needed help with when he led me to the kitchen, took off his shirt, slammed a wooden burner onto the table and said, "Burn my tattoos off." My God. I was taken aback, and he could see my look of surprise, so he said, "You heard me. I want you to burn them off." Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me pause this story very quickly because it seems that someone seems to be delivering some sort of story in the stream chat. Story reads as follows. I remember when my brother and I were very young, we saw animals lick each other's wounds, so my brother would lick the blood. My brother and I, I'm guessing, would lick the blood off of each other. Not anymore. It was mostly mosquito bites, Kyle. Thank you for that anecdote. Rhea says if you can't kiss your girl after she does great things for you, great things, we got to start calling blowjobs that. I need somebody to hit me with some great things, you know what I'm talking about? For you, then you're sus as fuck, and no one needs that kind of negativity in their lives. Wow. Manny191 says, I also had a friend that said he would purposefully hold her poop for days, so when she did poop, she would be constipated and it would give her orgasms. Continue up this list. I was taken aback a bit. He could see the look of surprise and said, so I said, you heard me. I want you to burn him off. Then I asked if he wanted to, get it done professionally and probably and properly, but he said that cost too much money. I gave it a couple of seconds worth of thought, shrugged my shoulders in a math type of way, and got to burning. 2 hours and half a bottle of vodka and a lot of burns and flesh smell later, I had successfully burned off all of his tattoos. The wounds got gnarly infected not long after. Shocker, right? And he called me over to help him change his bandages. I peeled off one bandage and a large clump of that white gooey pus type shit came off with the bandage. I had new bandages in one hand, a cotton ball soaked in alcohol in the other, and my friend told me not to drop the pus bandage on the floor. So without thinking about it, you what? I had new bandages in one hand and a cotton ball soaked in alcohol in the other hand, and my friend told me not to drop the pus bandage on the floor, so without thinking about it, I put it into my mouth to hold with my teeth. It started slipping out of my teeth as I was wrapping my friend's wound, so I instinctively flicked my tongue out to bop it back up, but ended up flicking the whole bandage into my mouth, pus, blood, charred skin chunks and all. I immediately dropped the bandage and alcohol, then ran into the bathroom to gag and wash my mouth out. My friend called me a retard, then pushed his recycling basket towards me and said, I was going to say just throw it in there. Oh, sweet God. Someone's left a oh God. Someone's left a comment on a comment of mine on a Christian video. What kind of world is this? The guy says, Kyle, every time I make a decision, I think about what Christian Weston Chandler would do and then proceed to do the opposite. In response to my comment that says, what a human train wreck. Oh my God. Going back to this list, please let us reach the end without any more, I mean, this is what we came for, right? This is what we wanted from this list. Pretty insane stuff. But here we go. Number 15, my mother tells me she came into the bathroom to see how I was doing. I had taken a shit in the tub and played with the turd. She asked me what I was doing and I said I was playing with a pirate ship. It's not actually the grossest I've done, but it's a neat image. Heave and ho. Number 14, non-sexual. Ugh. My ex-wife was sick with horrible rolling around on the ground stomach cramps. My ex was not a person that could make herself throw up on command, so we got her hunched over the toilet and I jammed 2 fingers down her throat. Instant gushing of a full stomach onto hand into the toilet. Worth it, as she felt much better. Ugh. Sexual. Not really my fault, but pretty disturbing to me at the time. Had just finished anal sex with my girlfriend. She had run off to the bathroom to evacuate as I had finished in her. While she was in the bathroom, I am laying on the bed enjoying the afterglow, eyes closed. Suddenly I feel an intense discomfort on my member. She had a new kitten that was light enough to jump on the bed without me noticing. For whatever reason, the kitten decided that I needed cleaning in that area. You know how cats' tongues are like sandpaper? And guys are really sensitive right after. So suddenly I am in the shower and my girlfriend is running around trying to catch her kitten so she can clean his mouth out. Number 13. I had food poisoning. I had just shit myself while eating breakfast. It wasn't bad. So I went breakfast. You better have my breakfast ready. Okay, no, it's not that good. It's not that good. Don't bookmark that. I'll replace it. It wasn't bad, so I went to finish my breakfast before it got cold. I was thus eating breakfast naked, since my underwear had been shit in. Ugh. I had an uncontrolled diarrhea squirt, shoot out and run down my leg onto the floor. It was yellowish brown and pure liquid. My wife was horrified. Is it 3 years ago? Am I reading TIFUs again? What is happening? What is happening? Okay, come on. Number 12. It wasn't me who did it, but my 1-year-old daughter ate the scabby stub on my newborn son's umbilical cord. Make him, motherfucker. Number 11, not intentionally, but this is how it went. Baby me is usually fussy. Mom leaves me in the crib for a while, wonders why I'm unusually quiet, goes in to check on me. Baby me is busy eating my own poop. Number 10, I was a caretaker for mentally challenged people for a while. Once we suspected that this guy had eaten a rubber glove and had to be sure, we had to give him an enema to see if something came out. People who are severely handicapped and stuck in a wheelchair don't have bowel movements that often. Sometimes they can go close to a week before things start moving. That was the case with this guy. He hadn't taken a shit in like 5 days before this. He was given an enema in the bathroom, and a few minutes later gave birth to a beanbag-sized chair. A beanbag chair-sized turd on the floor. I then went to the kitchen and got a fork, which I used to mince up the shit like I was portioning out a humongous sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe. Oh my God. The glove wasn't there. I didn't eat for like 3 days after that. Oh, the poop knife story. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. My family poops big. Maybe it's genetic, maybe it's our diet, but everyone births giant logs of crap. If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It just lays across the hole in the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?" My God. My what? Your poop knife. I say, I need to use it. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously he has one. Wait, I skipped a lot. I'm sorry. I thought it was standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward 22 years of age, it's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at a friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it for an hour. I excuse myself to lay a gigantic turd. I look down and see that it's a sideways one. So I crack the door and call out to my friend, and he arrives, and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. What the fuck is a poop knife? Obviously he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name? A fecal cleaver? A dung divider? A guanoglaive? I explain what it is I want and why I want it. He starts giggling, then laughing. Then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives, and it was my fucked up family with their fucked up bowels. Fuck my life. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know that the poop knife was and had been using the... She did not know what a poop knife was and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but did use it to open Amazon boxes. She will be getting her own utility knife now. This is like a Reddit collection entry. What the hell? The poop knife. Ugh. My God. Well, let's go ahead and continue. Okay. Oh man, you messed up my sizing for everything. I'm gonna have to eyeball it. This seems about right. Maybe a little bit bigger. Too big. That's what she said. Now, there we are, number 9. I was sneezing like crazy and didn't know why. I tried Piriton and it did nothing. I didn't feel unwell either, so I rolled with it. Couple of days later, I was round a friend's house and really sneezed hard, and a little curly noodle came out of my nose. I pulled on it slowly, and it slid all wiggly out of my nose. I pulled on it slowly, and it slid out all wiggly, which sent off my gag reflex. I just managed not to puke on my friend's floor, but I wanted to. It measured about 5 inches stretched out. It was from Chinese food I ate 4 days prior. How? How does this happen? Does stuff like this happen? I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Does stuff like this happen? Give me a second. I think I'm going. Number 8, I got norovirus. I don't know what the norovirus is. We're gonna have to look this up. Let's learn together. Norovirus infection can cause the sudden onset of severe vomiting and diarrhea. Ew. Ew. Cruise ships, nursing homes, and daycare centers are common breeding grounds for the norovirus, a contagious stomach bug that infects 685 million people around the world each year. My God. Well, this guy at number 8 got the norovirus. He came down with it during a trip to IKEA, made it home, but ended up with an immediate need to throw up and have violent diarrhea at the same time. I ended up on the toilet with a plastic bag in my lap for me to barf in, while he was on the pot for me to poop on, but the bag had a couple tiny holes on it, or in it, so it ended up with little streams of puke going in 2 directions. Added bonus, after everything subsided, I blew my nose and half an IKEA meatball came flying out. Guys, I'm guessing if you guys vomit, then shit can end up in your nose. And that's scary as hell. You think something's in my nose and one day I'm gonna sneeze and like a Cocoa Pebble's gonna come out or something? I hate Cocoa Pebbles, but it'll just show you how long it's probably been up there. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. It's nice to see you in the stream chat. You know I love you. Hope you had a great day. Number 7. I had to manually remove a giant turd that wouldn't come all the way out and was stuck about a quarter of the way. After struggling for an hour, I finally just reached up there and started coaxing it out with my fingers. The feeling of relief was indescribable, but was overshadowed by the fact that I felt strangely violated in some way. It was the consistency of modeling clay, only maybe a little harder. It ended up looking like petrified wood. I had to break it up so it would flush. I actually thought about taking it out of the toilet and throwing it in the trash at one point. Don't do opiates, kids. I just looked at the stream chat like it was a camera. Like I'm looking dead at y'all like, can you believe this bullshit? If you could see the look on my face. What? What? Someone responds, this could have been made easier through the use of a good poop knife. Here we go, man. The poop knife story is back in the damn... I'm gonna have to tell the poop knife story. I should just isolate that. I should make that as a video and upload it after this. That's what's gonna happen. Put the poop knife story on the internet. Oh my God. Has it been done? That's the real question. Shut up, you guy. Let me see here. Poop knife. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, somebody shared it a month ago somehow. Interesting. My God. Oh! What the hell? Go! Let me get out of here. Oh, number 6. Number 6. When I was broke, I was living off of 20-pound bags of rice. What? Well, one morning I started the rice cooker going while I take a shower. I came back out to find my rice has a ton of tiny cockroaches in it, so I figured I could use the protein and ate it anyways. Oh no, you poor man. Somebody said, well, that's it. I'm deleting my account. I can't be on the same site as this monster. And then he deleted his username. I like to think that he just created something to delete it. Wow. Okay. Number 5. Had food poisoning and was throwing up and diarrhea at the same time. I couldn't help because it would happen every 10 minutes, so I slept naked on the bathroom floor with no rugs so I could clean the diarrhea leaking out of my ass easier. When I eventually woke up in the morning, I was so sick I didn't even think to get in the shower. I don't have a tub. I also don't know if I would have fit laying across it. Oh, this poor guy. Boy. Number 4. I was at work one day, going through a herd of cows during the calving season. The boss man sighted one that was about 8 months pregnant, or had been up until this point. Ow! Oh! Oh, God. Ow. It's always my balls. Okay, the boss man sighted one that was about 8 months pregnant, or had been up until this point. The cow had begun to spontaneously abort the calf. Oh no. The embryo, still in the bag, was 70% out of the vagina and hanging loosely. Obviously, this was a situation that had to be corrected, and we were a good mile away from the barn and the head gate within, and on rough terrain to start with. Being the low man on the totem pole, I was, naturally, tasked with following behind the cow to drive her towards the barn. Boss man stayed up on the ridge watching from afar with its binoculars and cell phone in hand, so I followed the car through the cow through the briar patches and hollers, and we were getting along pretty good. It was a hot summer day now, and I'd driven the animal out of the shade of the trees. Between the heat and physical distress, I knew she wasn't going to make it to the barn on the far side and bottom of the ridge. So I said to hell with it and called the boss. I don't like where this is going. We talked it over while the cow rested and decided not to stress her any further. That means that I had to walk up to the top of the hill, get some of the shoulder-length disposable gloves and lasso, and clean her out where she stood beneath an oak tree. The cow was docile enough, and I was able to toss the rope across her head and tie her off to a low-hanging branch without much fuss. Then I gloved up and got to work. The calf was coming out tail first, a breech birth, and long since dead. Working my hands into her birth canal, I was able to get enough of a hold on the sack to get a good grip. I braced my feet with 2 or 3 good pulls. I got the calf out. The sack burst upon hitting the ground, soaking my legs in embryonic fluid. Hot, slimy, fresh embryonic fluid and blood. Bad enough, right? I bent over, catching my breath. Pulling a calf by hand ain't easy. The cow shit. The cow coughed, at the same time giving the runny fecal matter a bit of pressure as it came out. At this time, the top of my head was about at the same level as her asshole. Embryonic fluid and blood from the waist down, diarrhea from the top of my head to the bottom of my t-shirt. I was fucking covered, and it was all mixing together to accumulate in the bottom of my muck boots. Nastiest goddamn thing I've ever done in my life. The boss man laughed while he used the pressure washer at the barn to halfway hose me off before giving me the rest of the day off. Somebody said this post embodies the magnificence of Reddit. Where else am I going to read a story among all the boring old shit on my dick by an actual cowboy doing a D and C on a cow and getting unmercifully shat upon? Happy trails to you, cowboy, cowgirl, cow person. Okay. This is quite the adventure. Number 3. I ate a tub of ice cream between me and a guy who had potential. Oh. I ate a tub of ice cream between me and a guy who had potential. He kissed me after, and things escalated. About 10 minutes later, he's fucking my throat with reckless abandon when he decides to see how long he can hold me down on it for. Cue the return of the ice cream. He said it was really cold when it came back up, and his dick looked like a fucked up mini milk. I knew Sophie was into this kind of shit. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Okay. Number 2. I gave mouth to mouth to a kid who had been ejected from a vehicle during a crash. He had a lot of injuries to his head, and I ended up swallowing a bunch of his blood. My God. I carried him into the ER, still giving breaths, put him in a bed, gave a quick report, and spat into a sink. It was all blood. The ER doctor gave him a 0 chance of survival. He was shipped to a children's hospital where they disconnected him from life support, fully expecting him to die. He started breathing on his own, in defiance of everyone's expectation. The kid was in a coma for a month, but he came out of it pretty okay. He can walk, and he has very little cognitive deficit. You saved a life, dude. Have an upvote, bro. I didn't upvote anybody in this thread. But you saved a life. Where's Poem for your sprog when you need him? No, he's busy making dumbass jokes out of people pooping. Poop-a-doop, scroopy loop-doop, shroopy whoop, oop, oop, oops. There go my poop. You gonna lick it? What the hell? As we put a bow on this list, I want to thank you all for being here. You're all fantastic. You're all sexy. I love you. You're unstoppable. I want to thank my patrons. Look at you. Looking so good. You make me want to make me want to just kiss you. Thank you to my sponsors. Wait, did I do that in backwards order? Oh, God. It's okay. My bed is open to you. Wow. But let me change the sheets before you get on them. I don't know where you've been. You know what? Actually, I'll prepare another area for you. You know. I'm not saying you're unclean. I'm just saying some of you get up to some crazy ice cream stuff, you know? As we finish this list of 25 most disgusting things people did, we arrive at number 1. I woke up in the middle of the night with a runny nose, and while laying there, had the urge to sneeze. I was tightly wrapped in my bedding and didn't want to let cool air under the blankets, so I turned my head to sneeze into the wall. A second sneeze was coming, and I had the thought that if I aimed it into a different area on the wall, it'd make less mess somehow, so I did. But I didn't have a runny nose of snot, it was a bloody nose, and I woke up in the morning to a crime scene covering about a quarter of my bedroom wall. Nice. Someone says, how did you clean it up? And then Sarah says he didn't. He just kept sneezing till the walls were equally covered. He's half done repainting the house, just waiting for his next flu. So I heard you paint houses. Why is the bathroom painted brown instead of the red like the rest of the house? Oh my god. Hey, look, it's a Cubone. Get it? Like the Pokemon whose mom died. Guys, police spies. Oh, who cares? Okay, guys, I love you to death. I hope you all have a fantastic... No, this is going out to the YouTube people. You know, I'll upload this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to be part of the streams as they're happening, come over to Twitch at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, I stream every night at the same time, but YouTube has revoked those privileges, saying that, you know, bing bong. I hate speech on my channel. Nothing they can prove, but the bottom line is the robots, they're the ones doing the flagging, and unless I can get a real person to check my my channel out, then odds are it's not going to happen. And here's the bottom line. I have friends that have way bigger channels than me, and I see people that are transparent about their strikes that have bigger channels as well. And if they're not getting their shit sorted out when they're not guilty of anything, you know, then what hope do I have? So, see you soon, YouTubers. Wow.